Okay, second video. Well, after I posted the first one on Asperger Central and asked a few friends to watch it, I had a nice response. I thought I'd do another one. Now someone asked how I feel about music, what I listen to and such. Now I've been into music since a very young age. Started out listening to my mum's CDs, mainly the Beatles and Queen. And then the first album I ever bought on CD was the soundtrack to the Turtles film back in 1990. From there I bought a few singles sort of here and there until I got into sort of rock music. So things like Guns N' Roses, Metallica. And then from there, the first ever proper CD I bought, because those other artists were copied, was Slayer's Divine Intervention, which I think was 93 or 94. Now over the last couple of years I've been having jobs where I'd have to get up sort of relatively early of the day, so sometimes I'll have to be getting up at like 6 AM to get out to work on time. And I would eventually end up listening to one of the many compilations I've made over the last 6 years. Now it would either generally start or very quickly end up on something quite heavy, bands like Unearth, As I Lay Dying, Misery Signals, or something of the like. Now, only on sort of rare occasions would I sort of stick to one artist, so say something like Johnny Craig, City and Colour, or Dashboard Confessional, for the pure reason that I was just feeling too fragile to listen to anything heavy, and that generally wouldn't be because I was tired, more emotionally tired than anything else, and just not feeling sort of up to going to work or being out of bed. Now, I don't really get sad when listening to music itself, but one emotion I do experience since being around more people and socialising who don't listen to the same type of music as I do, this has got worse, and it's a compulsion to be angry or to anger. Now, when I feel forced, as if to say, which really isn't being fair, but when I'm not into an artist, a group or a genre, it does make me angry, quite impatient, and can just put me straight into a sort of get me out of here, make it stop kind of mode. Same goes for TV programmes, films and such. I just have a real problem with trying to hide how I feel about what's going on in the music or the TV, much to the annoyance of others. It doesn't even make sense to me much. I don't know why I end up like that, but I do, and it happens a lot, unfortunately. And there's not much I can do to sort of change that at the moment because I don't know how to. I do feel like my main thing is to sort of block it out of hearing it, or block it out of earshot, in the same way that people can watch scary horror films and such with no reaction to what's going on, because they've either listening to their own music or just watching something else, and they don't get spooked or scared by what they're seeing on screen. So it's like, if I can't hear it, then it doesn't bother me as much, and it doesn't bother me if it's on screen if I don't hear it. Now, other than that, music keeps me really entertained. There's not a day that goes by that I don't listen to music, and even when I'm watching films or TV, I can have music on as well. And I guess it's like an autistic trait where lots of autistic people can be either like to be overstimulated or understimulated. And I guess in that kind of sense, I like to be overstimulated, but possibly not not be bothered by other people's stimulus or music or TV. Unfortunately, yes, that is a bit unfair and quite childish in a way, but hopefully it's something that I can work on eventually. Now, I don't realise the majority of the time, but I do end up taking over when listening to music at home, and Charlotte doesn't get much of a looking a lot of the time. I do kind of end up putting on what I want to listen to, and I do say to her, if she wants to put something on, she can, but she does she's just really easygoing, so there's not a lot I can do to force her to put something on, but because she's really easygoing, she doesn't really say anything, and she's busy working, but I do wish that she would sometimes do that and listen to her own stuff. Not much else to say really. If you've got any questions, do put it in the comments. Thanks for watching.